What? Oh, there? Oh, just put it down over there. Hey, did Yvette say when she'd be back?
Day after tomorrow, if all goes according to plan. Why?
No, there's a big raid on Sanders Air. Heard it on the news.
Yes, we know. Dr. Kelderman's told us. She'll be all right, Anna. Anyway, there's nothing we can do.
Claude's got 2 evaders coming in from Maastricht, did he tell you?
Yes, we can take him. Yvette took the other lot with her. When are they due?
Tonight.
Did you get it?
I don't believe it. It's vodka. It's Russian vodka.
16 bottles there.
Yes.
Eh?
Yeah, right.
Another 32 to come, right?
Right. Oh, less 1 for my trouble.
Oh,
Makes me uncomfortable. Aren't you ashamed? I hate the people who come here. They're worse than the Germans.
all the more reason to take their money. Tomorrow I want you to go with Max to the German quartermaster on the Avenue Marie. Take the handcart and the tarpaulin with you. He knows all about it.
Come on, Anna, no. Dr. Kelderman. What is it?
Yvette.
The Germans have got her?
I'm afraid she's dead.
Natalie! Natalie!
Is there any doubt? How did it happen?
Well, as yet I know very little. But it seems she was on her way with the airmen she was helping, and they got caught in the raid on Saint-Nazaire. She took shelter, and the house received a direct hit. I imagine she was killed outright. I hope so. Fortunately, she was traveling under her own papers as Lisa Colbert, nurse. That's how the civil authorities traced her to me. They telephoned about half an hour ago.
Killed in an air raid. A British air raid.
British or American? Does it matter?
She died without a priest.
Any idea who she is?
No. Just someone called Lisa Colbert.
Where is she? Saint-Nazaire?
In the town mortuary with the other bodies.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus.
The airman got away.
Apparently. I don't know for sure. I'm having the bodies sent to my house for the lying in. Shall I deal with the rest of the funeral arrangements? Ironic, isn't it? Killed by the very people for whom she was risking her life.
Well, there's work to be done. No, they're not all broken. Yvette was the only one to know every helper personally. I dare say Natalie and I can piece together enough information to keep us operational. Anna, you better inform London.
I want to know who's taking over.
I am. Tell them business as usual.
I need a code name. Well, something that people can accept.
Well, leave it. Let Yvette remain the code name. If it's a man, so much the better. And this way the leader never dies. She's not dead. Why not? Let's get on with it.
Brent. Who?
Are you sure they were the exact words? Yeah, very well. Put him through. Owen Brandt? Yes, Herr Oberst. Oh, that's kind of you. Oh, yes, of course. Yeah. I'm sorry. The Admiral, he's well. Good. Yes, of course, I'd be delighted, but not in my office. I try to keep my private life away from my work, you know. Tomorrow evening, yes. Ah, well, could I suggest a modest restaurant I sometimes frequent? It's quite quiet. Have you a pencil?
Hello.
Natalie.
Hello.
Come in. Come on.
Any trouble?
Not of the sort you mean. These two are trouble enough.
Why, what's wrong?
They're not our usual customers. They're Russians.
Russians?
But how did they get here?
It's rather difficult to find out, but we think they were shot down over Germany and walked here.
Across Germany?
So it would seem. The problem is twofold. One, they don't speak a word of anything but Russian.
Russians?
Two, they seem to have a sense of humor all their own. They're a menace, and I'm glad they're off my hands.
Well, what do I do with them?
Happily, it's not for me to say. Ask Yvette.
Yvette's dead.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Right. Now then. Do you speak any French? German?
Иван Ильич Кузнецов. Это мой друг, Алексей Алексеевич Люблин. К вашим услугам, мамзель.
Да, она мне нравится больше, чем этот тип.
Какая она хорошенькая. Чувствую, что Запад мне понравится.
Не, как ты думаешь, это та самая, что нас сюда способочь?
How does one communicate with them, Claude? This is hopeless.
You can say anything that matters by signs. You'd be surprised. Ah, yes, they seem to like cats and fish.
Cats and fish.
That's right.
What do we do?
Carry on, of course.
Can we? Without Yvette, I mean. We just took it for granted, didn't we? She organised. She worried. Oh, we took risks now and then, but not like her. She started the line. And we've got to keep it going for her sake.
That's just sentimental rubbish. We've got to keep it going for a very real reason. If we can't run it, London will soon find somebody who can, and they'll stop my money. I'm not going to risk losing this restaurant. I've waited too long to get where I am now, and I'm not giving it up. How's Natalie?
She's all right. I sent her on ahead to meet up with the other two at Claude's.
Good. Yes, that'll give us something to do. I love that child, you know. Just like my own daughter.
Stop! I don't want to think about it. She's just someone else we've lost, and I'm not going to think about it any other way.
I'm sorry to bring you up here, Marin, but I just couldn't communicate with them yesterday. Ivan, Alexei! What on earth are you doing?
Наша душенька!
Who are you? Oh, please, to meet, sir. Я должен задать вам несколько вопросов.
Ну вы русский! Вы говорите по-русски! Иммигрант! Слава Богу! Теперь вы ей что вы сказали?
Cats and fish, so that's what Claude meant. Marin, ask them how they got here.
Какая она душенька! Ну уж больно худая. Глазки у нее так и горят. Как ты думаешь, а не девушка?
Говорят, что на Западе не спят с кем угодно.
For goodness sake, will you stop this incessant chatter? We must know about you. Do you understand? We have to know.
We have to know. Как она мне нравится.
Shall we get on with it, Marin?
How do we check their identity? London won't be able to help, will they?
Ask them if they have some means of identification.
Нам надо иметь документы. Есть у вас какое-нибудь удостоверение личности?
Удостоверение? Ну, конечно, у нас есть опознавательные жетоны военно-воздушных сил, да?
Let me see. Ask them what their unit was and where they were stationed.
Назовите номер вашей части и где она находится.
Now, wait a minute!
God. And you're satisfied?
Oh, yes. I think there's little doubt they're genuine. Amusing fellas, aren't they?
Oh, very.
Both their families were wiped out in the German advance.
Well, what I don't understand is why they walked all the way from... where was it?
Meissen.
Meissen. That's the other side of Germany. How did they do it?
Well, it is possible. There's a lot of labour force movement over there.
Yeah, Slavs especially. They don't just make tea sets in Meissen now, you know. It's optical instruments, lenses, viewfinders, that sort of thing.
They walked west so they could give themselves up to the British or the Americans.
What on earth for?
They don't want to go back to Russia.
Don't they like Uncle Joe Stalin?
I don't think you understand. Russians who have been taken prisoner by the Germans or the Allies are not accepted back into the Soviets. They would be killed if they returned.
By their own people.
They're happy enough to go on fighting with the Allies. If they survive, they will stay. They mean business, Natalie. They hate the Germans even more than we do.
Then we must get them down the line at once. Won't be easy. Once they're south of Paris, it won't be so bad. We'll send them via Strasbourg this time. I remember Yvette telling me there were Yugoslav workers there in the area, right? You mean 2 sets of papers, Max?
I'll do it now.
Now, one thing's certain. They can't stay where they are. They must be got away, into the country, away from people.
Well, it's all very well saying that, but where? It needs to be isolated.
We'll get Alain to take them.
And we said that we would...
It's only for one night, 2 at the most. There's nowhere else.
All right, I'll ask him. I'm going to the market now. He's got a family, Albert. We have to ask him.
All right.
I'll go straight away.
Have the kids eating with us?
They've had theirs.
What's it like?
Lovely.
Come on, eat it up. You're good.
Right. Give Gilles a shout. Tell him it's on the table. Right. And then take the soup off the hob. Come on, you two. Get your coats on. You've got to deliver those turnips on your way back to school. Come on, quick. Off you go.
Gil, food's ready on the table.
Bye, Dad. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Cold out there. What is that? Turnip soup.
Same as yesterday.
I got that mark off your suit. You can wear it at the funeral tomorrow.
All right, thanks, love.
What's going to happen then, now she's dead?
Oh, well, I don't know, do I? Too early to tell.
I don't want you to give it up. Just because of the farm and us. Me and Gilles had a talk. We can manage with a bit of help from you now and again. I'm frightened for you, for all of us, especially the kids, but somebody's got to fight the Germans any way we can. It's up to you, of course, but that's what we think.
Is that what you say? You do the work?
That's the way I see it. Look, you're better at that sort of thing, and someone's got to help keep it going. I'll look after the farm.
Thanks. Look, there's something I've got to ask you, both of you. Tonight, somebody will be brought here. Now, look, no, it'll be just the one night. What do you say?
We agreed we'd never use the farm.
I know, love, I know.
There's nowhere else.
No, not this time. We've lost 3 safe houses.
Just one night. Right. Well, we'll just have to hope for the best.
Herr Oberst, welcome to the Carnegie. Herr Mayor Brandt is waiting for you.
My dear Brandt.
Herr Oberst. Please. An aperitif?
Monsieur Fire, is it possible?
Aperitif. You live well in Brussels.
Only occasionally.
An interesting place. And a very discreet table.
You wish to talk?
What time are they bringing this almond?
Should be round about now. Oh, I'm sorry about this, love. I know I promised not to use the phone.
Well, if it has to be, I suppose there must be a reason. It is just one night.
Look, I honestly don't know. It might be 2.
Oh, well. I better go milk them goats. They'll be heavy.
Come on, kids. Upstairs. Come on, into bed now, will you? Go on, hurry.
Anna, that's Estelle.
Hello. Come in. Welcome. Hey, I thought you said 1.
I'm sorry, Anna, they go as a pair. They have to be got out of Brussels. They're much too dangerous.
Hey.
And they don't speak our language. They're Russians.
Russians?
Russians.
An excellent meal. You are not smoking?
No, thank you, sir.
No, you are very wise. It is a bad habit I contracted in my youth, but I am unrepentant and much too old to consider changing my vices or my attitudes. Admiral Canaris has spoken well of you, my boy. Well enough for me to be dangerously frank with you. You are already aware that certain elements in the military, with tacit industrial and municipal support, have decided that Germany cannot possibly win this war. And therefore it is necessary to make peace overtures to the British and Americans while we still have bargaining power. The National Socialists are slowly taking all military control into their own hands. High Command is deeply concerned over the rapid military growth of the SS. And that megalomaniac upstart is rapidly degenerating into a latter-day Caligula. Nothing can be done without that man's total removal.
I take it you mean assassination.
It must be done properly and effectively. There can be no room for error. It is too dangerous. There can be no second bite at the apple. It is one chance only. And we must be organized within ourselves, enough to put an immediate plan of control into operation. That is vital.
The SS. The Gestapo, the hardcore.
Our plans will encompass their subjugation as an initial factor. Those plans are already being made up, Rand. Now, we need to know who is with us. Every man, when he recommends a fellow officer to our attention, needs to know that he's putting his own life, as well as the future of Germany, into those hands. One mistake, and we are all dead men.
It's not a little thing that you ask, Herr Oberst. I have children, you know. If I become party to this, they are involved without their knowledge or their understanding. Their lives also are at stake. Oh, no, please, that's not all. I'm a German. I have a loyalty to the fatherland.
We are asking for exactly that.
Oh, yes. But is that where my loyalty should lie?
I appreciate your reticence. I agree it is not to be taken lightly. None of us do. Any man who can easily be talked into a thing may just as rapidly be talked out of it. We want you to consider, to ruminate, evaluate.
How long have I got to consider?
2 months. 3 at the most. We will be in touch with you. I'm taking Admiral Canaris' word that you can be trusted.
Sturmbannführer, let me find you a good table. How nice to see you again.
I see you finished your meal, then I'm not interrupting unduly.
Sturmbannführer. Herr Oberst, may I present my colleague, Sturmbannführer Kessler. Herr Oberst von Elmendorf is an old friend of my father's.
Herr West, I regret to intrude, but a matter of duty.
Which, of course, comes before everything else. Gentlemen, good night.
Herr Oberst.
Your office told me where you were dining. We've just received information concerning the whereabouts of 2 invaders, reported as being Russian. We must move quickly.
Oh, yes, yes, of course.
Thank you, Herr Major. Sir, good night.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Justin.
You want me, Albert?
Yes. We've got to get to Lens. The Gestapo are onto the 2 Russians. They've had a tip-off.
They know where?
Only the area, I think. Can you get to Alain's quickly?
But I've just come from there.
Is there still a train?
Well, one more, I think.
Yes, well, it can't be helped. Those Russians have got to be got out now. Take them to the railway sidings at Molenbeek. Put them on a train. They can sleep there. I've arranged it with the yardmaster. I'm afraid you'll have to go with them in the morning.
But it's a...
Vet's funeral, yes, I know. I'm sorry. It's a question of priorities, Natalie. It's got to be got out now.
Children, go on. Off into bed quickly. Hurry.
Hey! Thank God it's you, Natalie. I was worried that time.
You have every reason to be. The Germans know there are 2 evaders in the area. Now, they know who, but they don't know where, but they're searching Alain. Now, eventually they'll come here. I'm taking these 2 out now.
How do they know?
I'll think about that when I've got these 2 Ivans out of the way. But Albert thinks they've broken our code.
Do you need me?
No. You must stay here. Go to bed. Tidy up. Just be here. I'm putting these 2 on a train in the sidings, just in case they're watching the stations. Come on, you 2. We must be quick and careful.
Не понимаю, о чем ты говоришь, но меня все согласна.
Quiet.
Айван, я нравлюсь.
Oh. All right.
Alain, goodbye.
I'll see them down the lane.
Right.
The train will move into the station at 6:30. Train move at 6:30. Still dark. Now, lie down somewhere, lie down, and keep hidden until people get on to the train. I will be back. I will be back then. Right? Back at 6:30. Understand?
Поезд едет в станции в 6:30. Все будет темно. Мы поспим и где-то полежим. И прячемся где-то здесь. Ты вернешься в 6:30.
Good night.
Давай нарисуем чего-нибудь на стене. Я нарисую рыбу.
А я кошку. Кошки едят рыбу, так что ты начинай.
Хорошо. Черт! Сколько у нас осталось спичек?
Целый коробок.
We were too late again. Oh, God. Surely a runaway Russian should not be beyond our powers.
These Belgians are efficient, Herr Major. I have to concede that. One small mistake, one tiny betrayal, that's all we need. I think it may be necessary to give our informants a sharp lesson. Yes, I shall arrange a little garden party shortly.
Vital point. It's always missing. Our informants never seem to have enough to tell us. Maybe they choose not to.
That's precisely why my little garden party will be so appreciated. Thank you. Oh, I forgot to inquire if you enjoyed your meal tonight. You know, if the Candide turns out to be as good as its promise, we might well use it regularly. Prost.
Prost. Yes, indeed. It's really a very nice restaurant. Monsieur Poiré is friendly. Food as good as one can expect these days.
Your companion at table,
Oberst von Elmendorf.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten the name. You say he's an old friend?
Of my father, yes.
Had you met previously?
No, not to my recollection. I suppose I must have done as a child, you know. But I don't remember. Was there some reason?
No, I like to remember faces and names. It can be most useful. I've heard rumors that there's some dissent among the military high command. The differences of political opinion, it seems. Did your Oberst friend refer to any such thing? He is with General Staff, is he not? Von Rundstedt's unit?
You're very, very well informed for someone whose name you've forgotten.
I was merely interested to see if there was any substance in such rumors. Victory is within our grasp, I think. But the Fuhrer could not tolerate a split in command thinking at such a stage. Divided, we could still fail. Not a comfortable thought for loyal Germans. Would you not agree?
Yes, of course. But I'm sure that any such dissent is merely rumor. Von Elmendorf would have mentioned it. I'm certain had there been anything to it.
Yes, of course. I was merely interested in any information that you might have gleaned. Well. Good night, Herr Major.
Mr. Major.
Oh, and thank you for the drink.
Доброе утро, ты наша спасительница. Сегодня мы с тобой поженимся.
Нет, сегодня мы с тобой поженимся.
Goodness sake! Can't anyone leave you alone for a moment? You're supposed to be avoiding attention, not attracting it. Come on, out!
Ну что же мы сказали? Почему она вдруг ушла?
Не знаю. Может быть, ей не понравилось наши рыбки и кошки. Это удивительно. Мы с тобой настоящие художники.
Will you come? The train is being moved into the station.
Ну, пойдем.
I thought you said he'd be back before 11. The funeral was at 9.
You can never tell with Albert. He hasn't seized his black market friends. It takes time, and it is necessary. Germans are big eaters.
Some of us think that Albert is too friendly for his own good. I mean, where did he get the money for all this?
Oh, I shouldn't let it worry you. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, he knows where his bread's buttered. Why not? War could last a long time.
Would that suit you, Max? Or what's worse, does it make any difference to you? I keep thinking I know you from somewhere. Have you always lived in Brussels since the war started?
Mostly, yeah.
I know I've seen you before. I just don't know where. It'll come back to me. I've got a good memory for most things.
He's pretty cut up, you know. What was she like? Yvette. I never got to meet her.
She was pretty. Very pretty. Really quite ordinary. Just a young Belgian girl. I suppose. Nothing special or unusual. Except the determination to do what she did.
Why did she hate the Germans so much?
She had her own reasons. I think it was about 2 years ago. Somewhere. I'll remember.
Any messages? No. Claude's been waiting.
I haven't got much time, but I wanted you to know the Germans have stopped searching. But they were very near, Albert.
Yes, too near for it to be accident or coincidence.
No, it wasn't 2 years ago. It was recently. I saw you recently, somewhere.
Oh, I shouldn't let it worry you?
That sort of thing always does. I shan't rest now till I remember.
Hello. Did you tell London to expect 2 Russians?
It was in a cafe in Antwerp. You were with 2 other men, a very tall, thin-faced bloke.
It must have been somebody else. I haven't been to Antwerp for years.
Well, I better be moving. Maastricht and Hammer are now clear. We'll wait to hear from you.
Yeah, I'd go through the arcades if I were you. They're making spot checks on the street.
Yes, I'll do that. I'll be passing by the De Gruchy works first. Any messages?
No. Thank you, Claude.
Just going upstairs. Do a bit of work.
Right. I think we could all use a drink. Yvette.
Yvette.
What's he supposed to look like, sir?
The informant said age 30. Brown overcoat, black beret, small attaché case. It should not be too difficult. You cover that side.
We shoot!
You killed him!
Yes, we're very sorry too. Yes, perhaps another time. Goodbye. Cancellation.
Huh? Special delivery from your German quartermaster friend.
Bring it down here.
Right, come on.
I'm coming.
Everyone's so squeamish about fuel.
Oh, they're all wriggling and
Yeah, there's the bill. Oh, and there's a little note there from Ella.
It's about the Russians.
They got to England?
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
They were a damn nuisance. Do you remember all those appalling drawings I told you
Cats
about?
and fish, you said, everywhere.
They were everywhere.
They've been sent back.
Back to Russia?
But they'll be killed.
London did not wish to irritate their new allies, so they returned them.
I think it's about time we got going.
It's open. What do you want?
Monsieur Foiret?
Yes, what can I do for you?
I have come from Sturmbannführer Kessler. The Sturmbannführer requests that you present yourself at Gestapo headquarters at 3 o'clock this afternoon. He is giving a garden party for some Belgian friends and would like to repay you for your own kind invitation. The invitation is only for yourself, sir.
Well, I don't know whether I can manage.
The Sturmbannführer particularly requested that you should arrive on time, sir. If you will excuse me.
Monsieur Foy? Ah, Herr Sturmbannführer. I am so glad you found it convenient to come. Thank you. I will introduce you later. I have long meant to thank you for turning in the man Claude Pelletin. Your phone call was much appreciated. I'm glad. It was unfortunate that he was shot trying to escape. He could have yielded much information. However, that was some weeks ago. Ah, I see that it is 3:30. I have an unhappy duty to perform. Oh? If you'll excuse me? Yes, of course.
Achtung! Abteilung Schießen! Im Gleichschritt! Marsch! Abteilung! Halt! Rechts! Um! Das Gewehr! Ab! Rührt euch!
You see, Monsieur Foy? All these people watching so intently, all trying to mask their fears, all wondering, possibly, if one of the men to be executed has betrayed them in some way. All guilty of some act, some indiscretion, something treasonable, perhaps. They do not remember. I find it most revealing. Not an ideal day for a garden party. Unfortunate. You look pale, monsieur. I do hope this does not distress you. It's something of a shock, sir. I'm sorry. A demonstration is sometimes necessary. We prefer those who collaborate with us and who receive our favors in return to keep their membership up to date. It's so easy to fall into arrears, and yesterday's friend can so easily become today's enemy. Would you not agree?
Achtung! Laden! Sichern! Legt an! Entsichern! Der Führer befiehlt es! Gebt!